Right, so congratulations. If you have this video, it means you've completed the test and you are eager to find out whether or not you have solved correctly. And some of you may know how to check your work by substituting in your values back into your equation to see if the equation actually is true or not. But if you're not sure, then I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to show you what the answers are. Make sure you have a pen if you are writing in pencil and I catch you writing to change your answers, then you will get a 0 and it'll go in as a 0. So don't do that. You can use a pen and just mark whether or not you were incorrect, or if you got some part of it right, you would just put an X mark over the part that you got wrong or circle it. Okay, so we are going to solve by graphing here, and we know that to graph, you need to have y equals mx plus b. That is the magical formula that we need. And I have some steps. If you didn't use the steps on the board, they're there for you. Use them. Identify the y-intercept b. That's our beginning point. And then we need to plot that point on the graph. So let's go ahead and identify b. Well, b is right here. Begin at 1. And it's kind of tricky to circle it with this little line here. But yeah, I'm beginning at -1. And remember, I kind of draw a B on my graph to remind myself I'm always beginning on the y-axis. So I'm going to begin at -1 right there. And now I've used that number. So check, I've used that number. I can't use it again. And then I'm left with just, well, x. And in front of that x is an invisible 1. So my slope is going to be that number 1 right there. Ooh, that's a lot of yellow. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, over to the side, write my rise over run. And hopefully you know that it's 1 over 1. So beginning at my -1, I'm going to go up 1 over 1, 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 and then I would draw a line. Whee, bloop. Okay. All right, now my next one, it looks like I can begin at -3. So I'm going to use a different color and begin at -3. So that's -2, -3. And then my slope is 2 over 1. So I have to rise 2 and run 1 because every whole number is over an invisible 1. So I'm going to go up 1, 2. Oh, you can't put a point yet. You rise and run, then you put a point. Up 1, 2, and over 1. Up 1, 2, and over 1. Aha, there it is. Up 1, 2, and over 1. And there is my solution. Woohoo! It's intersecting right there. And that's the point of intersection. What's the solution? Well, I have to count from my origin. 1 box, 2 boxes over. So 2 boxes on my x-axis. So 2, comma, and then I got to go up 1. So 2, comma, 1 is my solution. It's one solution for this here. All right, this one we have to solve by substitution. So we also have some substitution steps. And substitution is basically making sure your equation is in y equals mx plus b format. And then you just set the equations equal to each other. You box and circle and choose one equation to solve for y. So let's go ahead and let's look at this thing. It looks like we have y equals 2x. So that means anytime I see y, I can actually write 2x. So I am going to substitute 2x in for y. So it looked like this. 2x equals x minus 9. Then I just need to box and circle to solve for my variable. And remember, we want x's on one side and all my other constants on the other. So this is 1x, and I am going to go ahead and subtract that. Inverses, opposites. And if I do one thing to one side, I have to do it to the other. All right, now I have, oh, look at this. 2 minus 1 is just 1, so x, 1x, equals, and I'm going to bring that down, -9. This right here is 0. You have a positive and a -1x. That's 0. So x equals -9. What? Easy peasy. Gosh. Okay. So now I have to take -9. Ooh, it's kind of weird right there. I have to take negative 9. Let's do it in gold. Whee, okay. Take negative 9, and here we go on a journey. We're going to substitute it in. 2 times negative 9. Well, what's 2 times negative 9? So that is going to be y equals 2 times negative 9. Let's write it over here. Y equals 2 times negative 9. Well, 2 times 9 is going to be 18, and it's going to be negative. So y equals negative 18. There we go. And so we've solved it. Now, we can check if we're right by just putting the answers in themselves. So if y is equal to negative 18, you could substitute negative 18 in for y, and so it should be negative 18 equals negative 18, and that's correct.